Alright, so when performing a bed bath, first thing you want to do is make sure that you gather all your supplies. Make sure you have everything, your towels, your washcloths, whatever you're washing the patient with, lotion, deodorant, bedpan, urinal, bath blanket, fresh linen, fresh gown, night clothes, and anything. If you're going to wash your hair, make sure you have those supplies as well. Next thing you're going to do when you get to the room is set the temperature appropriately for the patient and perform your hand hygiene. Don the appropriate PPE, whatever you're going to need, your gown, your gloves, and whatever other PPE is required for the patient. Next, you want to make sure that you identify yourself, identify the patient, and let them know what you're going to be doing. As soon as you do that, you'll go to the patient's bedside and get them prepped. And you're going to raise them up to your height. Lower the rail on your side and pull them close to you. Excuse my son in the background. I have to listen out for him while I do this. Pull them close to your side. You want to loosen all the top sheets and dispose of those in the linen hamper. Dispose of all the top blankets, dispose of those in the linen hamper, and leave the top sheet. Make sure that you take all compression devices and tubing off that could interfere with you bathing the patient. Next, you want to apply a bath blanket over top of the top sheet and remove the top sheet from underneath the bath blanket. During this, take off any clothes that the patient has on, the gown or whatever clothes they have on. Unsnap the buttons if need be. Remove any IVs weave them through the gown, and then rehang them. And then after you do that, raise the side rail back up and get your water basin ready with warm water. Bring that back over, and whatever cleanser is appropriate, you can put it in the water or whatever the directions call for. Then you want to get just a wet washcloth, and you want to make it into a mitten around your hand. And you just plain washcloth. You don't want to put any soap on the patient's face. On one eye, the eye farthest from you, just start from the inner canthus and work your way out to clean, and then turn your washcloth over on the opposite side or rinse it and move from the other eye, inner canthus, out and cleanse, and then wash the rest of their face. Wipe it down with just a regular wet washcloth. If the patient can perform this, then have them do it themselves. Promote as much independence as possible. The next thing you want to do after that is you want to grab a towel lengthwise and place it underneath the patient's opposite arm, and you're going to grab another washcloth with soap and water, and you want to just make sure and vigorously just wash that arm, get it clean. You're going to repeat this for the opposite side, for the opposite arm. Make sure you take another towel and dry the arms after you do that. Next thing you want to do is make sure, place a towel over top of the patient's upper body, and pull the bath blanket through. This is so hard to do in the house. Pull the bath blanket through down to the umbilicus, and then get your washcloth, soap and water, and you want to wash the patient's chest and abdomen. If they can do this, you want to promote them to do it. And then you'll take another towel and rinse them and dry them off, and then cover them back up. And then you want to take and, excuse me, I'm going to close the door for a moment. Then you want to take another towel lengthwise. We're going to pretend that's lengthwise. And then you're going to go on the opposite leg away from you. Place it underneath the leg. Wash the leg really good. And get that foot. And then rinse, dry with the towel. And then you can remove that. And then cover that leg back up and move to the opposite leg close to you. And do the exact same thing. Once you're done with that, my bath blanket doesn't want to cover the patient. Make sure you dispose of all your dirty stuff as you're doing this into the hamper. From there, you want to have the patient turn on their side. And they'll turn. While they're on their side, you'll wash their back and their bottom. And wash their back, then their bottom, and then you'll dispose of that. Dry their back off with the towel. And then have them lay back on their back again, once again. Oh, this is a disaster. And then you will, back up. You'll expose their perineal area. If they can do it, great. Promote them to wash their own perineal area. If not, then you will take a new washcloth and you will wash their perineal area for them and dry. Once that is said and done, you will grab the patient's gown or whatever they are wearing. If you're putting lotion on, if they want lotion, if they can have it, make sure you're putting lotion on as you go through and bathe them. Then you will assist them to put on their clothing and take all of their dirty stuff and toss it in the laundry hamper. After they are fully clothed, that's when you'll go ahead and like in the previous video of changing an occupied bed, you'll go ahead and assist in changing the occupied bed and put clean linens on. Then after that, you'll clean up your area, wash your hands, perform the appropriate hand hygiene, dispose of PPE as appropriate, whatever needs to be done, and then you'll exit the room.